Hey guys, Utah Steve here, back for another video. This time an awesome adventure. I am finally in the Uinta Mountains in northeastern Utah, my favorite place in the whole world. And I'm awaiting my partner in crime. He should be here shortly. We're not very far behind each other. I am at the Ruth Lake trailhead. This is an elevation of, I don't know, probably 9,000 something feet. I'll throw it up here on the screen. The plan is to hike into Naomi Lake. Ruth Lake is up here. Naomi Lake is up here. Hayden Lake is up here. I've been to all of these lakes before, but I haven't been to Naomi Lake in many years. And I have a place in mind. We'll get into that later. Anyway, it's not a very far hike in. The nice thing about backpacking, of course, is that you don't have to hike very far to be completely alone. Driving up here into the Uintas, I was kind of shocked by how many people are up here. It is June 20th today. When I was driving up, the roads are completely, I've never seen this before. This all comes down to the virus, perhaps even the rioting that's been going on has pushed people who don't want those problems into the mountains to get away from it all. And often people who normally don't or haven't been in the mountains in a long time are rediscovering their love for the mountains. And the Uintas are absolutely breathtakingly beautiful. Now, let me give you an idea what I'm talking about. Here's the current situation at the trailhead. I was lucky to find a parking spot. This is pretty nuts. Last time I was here, there were maybe no more than 15 cars. As you can see, just all up and down the road. That's another parking lot right there that's full. It's just insanity. This is the parking lot I ended up in. That is Hayden Peak up there. The trailhead is actually in that little parking lot right there, but this is the only place I could find to park, which is a miracle that I'm not parked across the road. So right now we're just gonna wait for my partner to show up, and then we will tear into this backpacking adventure together. So I'm pretty excited. It should be a good time, and it won't take long for us to hike in and get away from this insanity. I guess while we're waiting, we'll talk about my pack. This is my son's pack, and it's an Osprey Atmos 50 AG, which means anti-gravity. It's got some kind of unique system on it that really feels different on the back. I'm completely sold on this pack, and I think when I get home, I'm gonna make me an investment. The only problem I have is it doesn't come in blue. Anyway, I've got my tent, my sleep pad, hiking pack, because Joe and I do plan to do some hiking while we're up here. This is just the external stuff. I've got my water filter here. It's got water in it ahead of time, and my pepper spray gun, some bug wipes, and the rest is all on the inside. So I've got some leftovers here from my last trip with my kids. We always take the 4-person Teton sports tent. I've got an air mattress back here. I'm just killing time, you know. But this is a queen air mattress. If I fold these seats down, it fits perfectly back here, and I can actually sleep in my car on a mattress. And I plan to do a trip doing that sometime in the future, possibly just in the fall. This is just the footprint to this tent. This is a sleep pad that I meant to bring, but I couldn't find it, so I packed this one, and then I found that one. It's my Esprit stove. That's not coming with this time. Doing things a little different. Frying pan. This was all car camping crap, so this is all that's coming with me right here. Finally, a familiar face. What is up? You made it.
The camera's rolling.
That's right.
How's it going?
Joe's here.
What's up, Utah Steve?
How was the drive?
It was nice.
Cool.
It's colder up here though than I thought it would be.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a chilly night.
You know what? The more I've stood out here, the more comfortable it's become.
Is that right?
I'm not speaking very clearly. I haven't had much sleep.
And it's 10,000 feet.
Yes. So Joe ran to the restroom, but his drive here, he said he left home in near Boise, Idaho around 8:45 this morning. It's now 4 p.m. He's a truck driver, and so he's been on the road all week on top of driving all the way down here. So it's quite a sacrifice for him to come all the way down here for this, just for, you know, an overnighter. And so it's greatly appreciated. It speaks volumes to what kind of friend he is too, because my drive here was 2 hours with stops. So anyway, we're gonna get our packs on, I think, and get on the trail. So Joe had to stop at a sporting goods store, and he found this blue cup for me. It was nice of him, little trinket. Be bringing it along on this trip. Made by GSI. Very cool. Very cool. I love that color. Love it. All right. We are on our way. Haley, Bonnie, Drew, and Lisa got food poisoning. Food spoiled. Gone to Camas to get supplies. We'll be back this evening. Climbing tomorrow for severe coupling. I don't know what that says. For sure. Camping on right past mile marker 41.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, now we know.
Here.
We know where to find Haley and Bonnie.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's the register book. No rec passes available. Someone wrote right here, we're on a mission from God. There. So there you go. Last name. We're gonna just put Utah Steve, because I'm not gonna give anyone my last name.
And Mr. T-Max.
Ogden. Yeah. Mr. T-Max, that's
Formerly known
right.
as.
Destination, your mom, Naomi, if that's her name. And 620, 621, number of days, dose, number in group, dose,
Okay, that's funny stuff.
foot or horse. I prefer feet.
I get horse.
Number of stock, just us. Yeah. Remarks, very informative. Ranger. All right. So the ranger that's up here, he met me when I pulled in. Made sure I had a recreation pass. I had $6 for 3 days. And talked my ear off. Could really use a toothbrush. Then he left, and he came back over to us when he saw Joe arrived, and he talked to us to make sure Joe had a pass. Then as we were coming up to register, he gave us a little paper on, where'd I even put it? Let me find it. I misplaced his precious paper. He handed me a paper on Leave No Trace camping, which is very informative and very nice of him, and made sure to lecture us on leaving no trace. And I mean, he was like, now you guys make sure. Joe was like, we were Boy Scouts. He's like, well, I've had bad luck with Boy Scouts, which I can see, because I was a pretty terroristic Boy Scout. But anyway, I've already missed. Oh, look. Look where it is. Okay, that was an accident.
That's funny, though.
If I didn't spot that, he would have thought I did that on purpose. So, there's my Leave No Trace information.
Gotta have it.
So now we're officially registered and officially on the trail. Woohoo! Back to the Uintas finally. So Joe is vlogging every bag of poop we come across. What is that? Number 5?
Number 5.
Number 5.
It's ridiculous.
Number 5 is alive. I just dated myself. Somebody's got to. Anyway.
Oh, I'll do it for you.
So yeah, I saw one in the parking lot, and then there have been, since we got on the trail, there have been 5.
Yeah.
And there's no excuse for it. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
This is the Uintas, people. This isn't, you know, the city park. And even then, you shouldn't.
Yeah. Well, it's weird. It's like they're doing it thinking, someone's going to come along and pick it up for me.
Yeah. Yeah, it's going to magically.
Why put it in a bag?
That's what the Rangers do.
Yeah.
And that's what they get paid for. Whatever.
Isn't that L&T?
What?
Isn't that L&T? Like,
Yeah.
I didn't leave a poop trace.
Yep. Leave no trace of dog schnitzel.
Shiznit.
So clear and pristine. Look at that. That's so incredible.
Oh, something trying to chomp on me.
So Joe there has taken to calling these middle-aged heart rate brakes. It's a mouthful. Middle-aged brakes. Because, yeah, we ain't 20 anymore, guys. Those of you who are, one day you'll know this. This struggle is real. I want my body to do what it used to do. For the most part, it does. Once in a while, it doesn't. I hear frogs. You hear it? So we're getting there, guys. Ruth Lake is almost our destination. This, I believe, goes up there, and people like to climb up in those. They do a lot of rock climbing up in there. There's a sign around here somewhere that talks about it. I love these stone bridges. So cool. Anyway, Ruth Lake is just over the hill from Naomi, where we're headed.
Howdy. Howdy, folks.
A lot of people coming down to leave for the day, which is a good sign. But they're very chatty, and it's taking us a long time to go not very far. People are very friendly, and I like that. It's just we have places to be, you know. So I don't think this is an official lake. It's kind of heart-shaped. And I think it's just a pond. We're not too far from Ruth. I think it's just up over there. So we're getting there slowly.
Beautiful little pond.
But surely. Is that a St. Bernard? No, it looked like it was for a second.
We're across the stream. We're such kids. Children.
That's how you kill the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. He crossed the streams. Right now, a marshmallow is dying.
And a marshmallow demon's being born somewhere.
Yeah,
I think.
it's true. We'll roast him over the fire. Okay guys, we have arrived at the signage and the actual place known as Ruth Lake. This is very popular because it's easy to get to. People will camp all the way around it, and there's lots of fish in there. But we are actually heading up over this ridge here to Naomi, Ruth's sister. The difference is Naomi has no fish, Ruth has fish. So Naomi doesn't put out, but her sister Ruth does. That's what I've always said. I caught a couple of really good brook trout in here. And as far as this trip goes, camping at Naomi, I haven't done that since 2014, and I went with my son Murphy, and there's a video. I will link it down below. I'm hoping to camp at the same spot because it's a really cool spot. I think Joe will even like it. You can see why I love the Uintas so much. There's just nothing like it. It's just so incredible. absolutely on par with the Rocky Mountains in Colorado. Not as high elevation, but just as beautiful.
Look at this guy.
And Joe was telling me that we're at about 10,000 feet. He looked it up. So Ruth Lake right here, 10,000 feet. I live at 4,000 feet. That's part of why we're getting winded. And there's going to be a lot of double vlogging on this trip. Like Joe's vlogging, I'm vlogging. I'll put a link to his channel down below. He's in many of my videos. We met through YouTube. Anyway, yeah, I won't put a link to this video in the description down below because I don't know when he posts his, but just go to his channel and keep an eye out for it. Two different viewpoints of the same backpacking trip is what I'm trying to say. All right, right over here, we're gonna get off trail. We're gonna bushwhack up that way. So we're off trail now and just cutting across. There's some people camping over there. So we're avoiding their camp. Whew! Okay guys, there's Ruth down there doing her thing. And we have arrived at Naomi. Right here. Isn't that beautiful?
Yay! Thanks to our pathfinder. That was a long push up over that 40, 50 foot hill.
Yeah, I'm out of breath. 10,000 feet, thin air, yep. Steep hill.
All the above.
Yep.
Yeah, the building's good.
Yep.
All the trees are good.
Yes, it does. You. Joe's getting there, but I think I haven't beat. You're getting pretty thin.
Yeah, it's getting there.
Yeah.
Let's see. Let's do a top shot.
Top, oh, really?
Yeah, let's see.
There goes all my pride right out the window.
We had pride coming into this. A lot of salamanders moving around.
We have salamanders all over the place in here. Oh, there they go. It's hard to see what I'm filming.
Can you guys see that? Oh, sorry, Steve.
That's okay.
Salamander moving through. That's super cool. There's another one.
Can you see them scurry? They're all over. Okay, so there are a ton of mosquitoes up here. We sat still for a minute and we were inundated.
Yeah,
but
we really were.
Yeah, we couldn't sit still too long. But our site, and I'm thinking I can see it right now. See that? Those cliffs?
Just right up there?
Yeah.
Yep.
Such a cool spot. I haven't been here in 6 years. Hopefully no one's there. That's it. No one's there. This is it, dude. Heck yeah. Look at that. We even have our own patch of snow. But this is where my son Murphy and I camped 6 years ago. One of my first backpacking trips. So I'll throw a picture or two up here on the screen right now. We had 2 tents right there. We were pretty new at backpacking, and the tents were from Target, and I brought every piece of gear on the planet with me because I didn't know what I was doing really. We cooked on these rocks with our camp stoves and had a great time. In fact, we built this fire pit. Back then I didn't take down any fire pits I built, and my son Murphy and I put this together. So those rocks have been sitting there through 6 winters. Pretty cool. My son's nowhere around yet. There's something we built together right there.
Yeah, that's
in the middle of all this. Here's our view. We got.
So Steve was just saying that.
That's Hayden Peak. That's Something Peak. That's Something Peak.
They take them apart nowadays, but back then.
And we do have some snow.
Backpackers.
Yes, we were. Joe and I are using this stuff. I got it sent to me in a subscription box. Natrapel insect repellent. Was supposed to work for 8 hours, 20% picaridin,
Picardin, so how I've heard it, but
Picardin,
could be either.
Picard.
Jean-Luc Picardin.
Yes, Jean-Luc Picardin, and other ingredients 80%. So there's probably dog crap in this. I don't know. Other ingredients. What does that mean?
Fuel, gasoline.
Yeah. So right now we are at the point where camp is just waiting to become camp.
Yep.
So I'm going to turn this thing off, and we're going to turn this into home for the night. Yes. Woohoo! There's our water source.
We could right there. Absolutely could.
Okay, I'm set up. Joe's still working on his. I actually wasn't going to leave this in, but I will. I put the fly on upside down, so it was the right way. It was just the logo was on the inside and the zippers were all wrong. But you know, I figured it out. Kind of a rookie mistake, but we're all rookies every time we get out of bed, so we always learn something new, right?
Yes, sir.
This is Joe's Kelty. What model is this?
It's the All-In 2.
All-In 2. Mine is the Sierra Designs Fleshlight. Just kidding. It's not the Fleshlight. I keep calling it the Fleshlight, but if you don't know what a fleshlight is, please don't Google it. I don't want to be responsible for children's scarred hearts. It's just a joke, people. All right. That's right. That's a sweet tent. I like it. This is Joe's first time using this. And I've shown mine off, so I won't talk too much about it, but nice. I like it. I like the colors.
Me too. It's kind of fun.
Skeeter. So I'm feeling, I don't know if it's the altitude. I think it is the altitude because Joe's kind of feeling the same way. Very lightheaded and weak. I'm going to sit here and eat a beef steak, beef jerky thing, a little Belvita, and have some water. I feel okay. This happens to me at high altitudes. If you saw my Kings Peak video, highest peak in Utah, boy, I got altitude sickness big time. Mosquitoes are everywhere. The wipes are working. Joe's vlogging too. That's why he keeps talking to himself. He's not just crazy. He is crazy, but he's not just crazy. After I have this snack, we're going to want to have dinner. but I just want to raise my blood sugar and feel better. I'm going to walk down to the lake and get some. I have an empty 3-liter bladder. I'm going to use this filter to fill it up for my cooking needs, and then we'll tear into dinner. Okay, so we hiked down to Naomi.
Yep.
We're gonna get us some water out of the lake.
Yeah, buddy.
There's not a stream flowing right here, so it's gonna be lake water, you think?
Yeah.
I don't hear one.
Yeah, I think so.
And the last time I was here, my son Murphy and I actually used water from a puddle on a rock up there from a recent rainstorm.
Yeah.
And it worked. It was enough water. But anyway, water time.
Doggy.
Yep. The bug wipes are working well, but they're hovering around us, but they're not biting.
Uh-huh.
As you can see, the lake is very calm and flat. No fish. If there are fish in here, they've put them in since I was here last, because there wasn't one fish swimming in this thing last time.
That scoops up the water pretty good.
Look at that. Look how fast you work.
Oh. That's what my wife says.
3 liters of water, 4 really, and my filter's starting to really slow down the Katadyn. I've only used it a handful of times, so I'm not sure what's up with that. I'm gonna let it dry out tonight. And Joe's got his water right there. We're both walking uphill with full bladders. Let's make some dinner.
What do you guys think of my bladder?
It's nice, huh?
It's not perfectly clear. I should probably drink more.
Yeah.
But yeah, it should do the job.
I think you're leaking down where the lid is. We're both really feeling this altitude, like really winded. Not even a strenuous hike, and
Maybe this way.
yeah.
The thing is in my 20s I'd come up here and it'd be no big deal.
Yeah.
Oh. Here, look at those tents, bud.
Yep.
Look at those, bud.
There's a camp. Sweet. Okay, so here are the contents of my food bag, my feed bag. This shrimp ramen is just in case, maybe for lunch, maybe if I just need something to warm up with. No Spam this time with the ramen. Got some snacks in here and some 5-hour energy type stuff. Over here we have grits for breakfast, 2 packages. And I've got peanut butter and jam, and I also have, this isn't supposed to be out, but the bread that goes with the PB&J. I have a lot of options, but dinner itself it's going to be leftover MRE stuff. So we have, right there, upside down, black beans in a seasoned sauce, on tortillas, with barbecue sauce mixed in. Time to switch batteries. I gotta make this quick. And if I'm still hungry, au gratin potatoes. So the only problem with the MREs is this is leftover from another MRE, and these are just, you know, the things I don't eat. I set them aside, I use them later. I don't have the heating element, so I'm either gonna eat these cold, which isn't the end of the world, but I do want warm food. Or I looked online and there's some options. You can basically boil some water and tuck the pouch into the, you know, into the pot and just heat it up that way. That's probably what I'll do. or you can set them near the fire. These are foil-based bags, and you can put them near the fire and let them heat that way. So either way, I'm having a warm meal, even if it's a little less than conventional. So that's dinner tonight, guys, and I think I will eat all that food, and a big reason why is as nighttime comes on, I'll want that heat and that energy in my body so that I sleep better. So that's where things are at. Let's get some water going and heat this up. Okay. This, you know, if you watch my videos, you hear about gifts from my friend Joe. Well, this is the same Joe that's here now. Here's my setup, this titanium pot that Joe gave me a while back. I've got a windscreen. I've got a little Espit stove. I've got additional foil, and this has so many uses and it doesn't weigh anything. Like if I caught a fish, I'm not fishing this time, but if I caught a fish, I could cook it in this over the fire or whatever. And there's a little remnant of an Espit cube right there that I'll probably heat up a warm beverage with later. And it looks like I forgot to clean my pot before I left from my last trip. So that's easy. I'll just hose that out with my platypus bladder. Hose that out with my bladder. I'll hose it with my bladder. Anyway, I'm going to put a fresh cube on here, clean this out, put some water in, and then let's see. I think the beans, yeah, that's perfect. So we'll put water in there and let it heat up that way. And the water's usable for the beverage as well. So it has a multi-purpose use.
Stereo.
Yeah. So what's Joe having for dinner?
Yeah,
let's ask.
Or we got dual vlogging going on here, guys. So I'm making some Packet Gourmet Market Pasta Puttanesca. Puttanesca sounds more Russian, but I don't think it is. But
I think it is.
Is it Puttanesca?
No, I have no idea.
It is very good, or sorry here. So this will be.
Then I kill you.
Yeah, you're like kiwi. So let's see. Let's open this puppy up. So the instructions are on this, and all the nutrition.
You need that, you know. Might be watching your girly backpacker figure.
That's right. So there's the seasoning, all the goodies that give it all the good tasty flavor, whatever you want to call that. And then let's see what else we got. We've got the puttanesca, or whatever they call it.
Are those raw noodles, like hard noodles?
Yeah, raw
wow.
hard noodles. Pretty hefty, in fact.
Cool.
Nice. And what else we got here? A couple seasoning packets. We've got olive oil. Packet Gourmet likes those. And then we have
you're eating the nice Italian food.
It's with olive oil with the puttanesca.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is more Italian than Russian, dude.
Well, I like the voice, so I do it.
You sound like my boss. He's from Russia.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
You're right. All right, let's get our not quite 16 ounces because it's always too much.
How long do you have to cook the noodles?
Let's see, it says...
So this isn't like a sit in the bag and cook type thing. You actually prepare it in the pot.
No, it's all in the bag. And then I have
this
insulated bag that'll sit in for a while.
I gotcha. That's okay.
Yeah.
I've never used these, so I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
You sent me the ramen supplement once.
Ramen Rescue.
Yes.
Yeah, it looks different now, but there it is right there.
Oh, yeah.
Vegetable
you just
ramen
dropped
rescue.
that in your ramen. That was amazing. That is good
Makes
stuff.
a big difference.
Yeah.
If you add Spam and some rooster sauce.
Uh-huh.
You know,
And some vodka.
and some vodka if that is what you like. Right.
In Soviet Russia, vodka drinks you. I don't know what I'm saying, dude. Is it lit? I think
Let's see. It's hard to see the fuel, or to see the flame on these things, but once they warm up, they start to bloom, and then you can really see it good.
Cool.
Right, so let's get that on there.
Speaking of that, I think I'll light my
And then I'm forgetting something, of course.
Come on, baby, light my fire.
Is she still going? She's still going. And then I've got I put 2 holes near the top of this windscreen.
You have a very sophisticated, complicated setup, and I just lit that.
That is out of control, man.
with
flames
foil.
So I put the titanium stakes through the holes I punched out with just a regular hole punch. So through the titanium windscreen, and then it holds it above the stove at the correct height.
Nice.
Just like that.
That's really cool.
So kind of a 2-in-1. That means I'm a super ultralighter, man.
You are.
If you have one thing that does two or more things, you're like official, I think.
Well, yeah. Well, I'm going to use water to both heat my MRE and have a beverage. So I'm an ultralighter too.
Yeah,
because it's dual purpose water.
Yeah, this is true. So there you go. We're official ultralighters and no one can gotcha about it.
That's right.
Look at that flame, boy.
That is going. And I don't even have water in my pot yet.
We're moving towards distance.
This is what happens when your bladder's full, folks. Yeah, piss like a racehorse. What does that mean? You've heard that expression, right?
Yeah. Like,
what does it mean to piss like a race? Well, do racehorses piss more than regular horses? Yeah. Is there something I'm not being told?
After they're done, they really gotta go.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess so. They gotta hold it while they're running.
Gets their metabolism going. Right.
So I'm just putting mine. I don't have fancy skewers to go between my pot and my stove like Joe has there.
That's next here.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not a black belt yet. I'm still a yellow belt. So anyway, there's that, and I'm gonna put the lid on until it boils, and then I'll put the pouch in. So let's do that right now. So it's not boiling yet, but it is getting pretty warm, and I'm going to take advantage of that because I don't know how long the Espic cube will actually last. So we're going to do that. I'm going to partially cover it with the lid. Try to get a boil out of it. Move. There we go. Maybe. Cooking for Beginners by Steve with Utah Steve. Yeah, that's interesting, huh? Boil in a bag.
Yeah, so that surprised me. Oh, that?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Well, you have boil in a bag, but yours actually makes sense. Mine's literally a bag in a pot of water.
That's true.
I'll shut up, sorry.
No, you're good.
We're both vlogging at the same time and making dinner and trying not to talk over each other and trying to make our own. It's just, it's a little clumsy, guys. So when this video comes out, when his video comes out, it's going to be a modge podge of chaos at dinner time.
But it's fun. It's different.
Yeah, right? It is. It's still fun. I'll shut up so you can talk now.
Yeah, you're all good.
Okay, so it's not quite boiling, but it's still burning. And the beans, I've turned them over once. They're getting pretty warm, nice and toasty. I think so. I think they're, yeah, that's pretty warm. That's warm enough. And I don't quite need that much water for my drink, but I think what I'll do is I'll let that keep burning, but I'll take the beans and prepare them, and then I'll heat up the gratin potatoes in the meantime. That way it's being used for 3 different things: drink, that, and this. So if that makes sense. So I think our beans are done. Let's take those out. We'll start preparing those in the meantime. This is what I already said. I know I'm being redundant, but let's let it heat the potatoes. It's not going to really boil with that lid like that, and we are at such a high altitude that 1 Espic cube's not going to boil the water, but this is nice and warm. Let's add the barbecue sauce and have us some tortilla goodness. Okay. Let's see what these beans look like. That's okay. I don't mind. Oh my goodness. Okay, guys. I grabbed the wrong one. I heated the potatoes first. Those are the beans.
Oh.
So these are the beans right here. So I can't assemble my my what do you call it? Bean burrito, I guess.
Shoot.
I opened that and I was like, what is that, mac and cheese?
That's not right.
Did they mispackage this? No, this is the potatoes. That's what I heated first. I misread it, and now my beans are cold. So let's let the beans heat, and we will try the au gratin potatoes. That was stupid.
Now we all make mistakes.
It was kind of like, rip it open. What? Dirt. Why is it cheesy? Why is there cheesy
That's
goodness
not right.
in my beans? Come on, baby, light my face. Okay, here is what the potatoes look like. Is it gonna focus on the potatoes? There you go, right? Focus, there you go. Looks really good. Okay, here we go. That was really different. Okay, so when I think of gratin potatoes, I don't think Chef Boyardee meets Kraft mac and cheese meets potatoes. Very strange. It almost has a tomatoey aftertaste. Not a fan. Not a fan of the potatoes.
Didn't turn out, no? That's a
They're just gross. They don't taste good.
Maybe take a look here.
They look good.
Yeah.
They look like super cheesy and delicious.
Can I smell it?
Yeah.
This is kind of funky, but yeah. See, that smells really good to me. But,
Whoops.
but I believe you.
Yeah,
These
it
things are
smells
hit
good.
and
It
miss.
looks good, but it almost, it's very Chef Boyardee.
Okay,
And I swear there's some tomato in there.
that's too bad then. But now you know for next time.
Mm-hmm.
It was worth a shot.
The thing is, I'll still eat it. I'm not gonna waste it. I was gonna
That's all
say,
I keep
I
thinking of.
didn't know if I should say it. I don't want to ruin your video.
This is funky. This
You ever
pot's
heard the
getting
expression "turd in a punch bowl"? It's more like "turd in a cook pot."
claims. No kidding. Looking like something.
Yeah, it resembles food.
Yeah. I just dropped a noodle into my alcohol stove. That's classic me, man. All right, I gotta bend over for this. You say it looks good?
You gotta bend over for this.
Stop
Or
that.
did you really
All right,
say that?
Cut.
That's what she
terrible.
said.
That's terrible. All right, let's see.
I didn't say it. How could you not think that? Sorry, I'll shut up.
We both thought it. We both thought it.
You gotta bend over.
That's pretty good.
I can't stop laughing.
This is us the whole time. We have to filter ourselves. Let's see if I can bleep that out. It's pretty good. In fact, that's almost too much marinara.
Is it?
Yeah,
Pretty
but
strong?
It's tasty.
Can
Oh,
I
it's not
smell
done.
it?
Huh? Yeah.
Can I smell it? I'm just kidding.
Shut it. I actually forgot a couple things. My oil.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Parmesan. So.
Oh,
I'm gonna put
yeah.
that in there.
That might help offset the marinara.
Yeah.
Whatever I'm trying to
Put it
say.
down a little bit. But I really do need to get that noodle out of there because I need that.
While Joe's adding his cheese and his olive oil to his meal, I'm going to get these out, mix some beans with some barbecue sauce, and see how the rest of my dinner turns out. Hopefully this tastes better than the au gratin potatoes did. I did eat them. I ate them all. Here's what the beans look like. Oh, there we go. So that looks a lot like chili. Probably good that we're sleeping in separate tents.
Probably.
Okay, so there's that. And the original meal did come with both of these, so I'm not just being weird by adding barbecue sauce to beans. They're supposed to be together as far as I know. Okay.
So here we go. Oh yeah, that's a lot better with those.
Is it?
Yeah.
Made a difference?
Mm-hmm. It
Kinda-
did tone down the
Marinara.
marinara.
See, I struggled with that.
I have memory problems, man. I'm old.
Yeah. Yeah, we both are. What are you gonna do?
That's good. I'm gonna eat it before it gets cold. Yeah, she's getting chilly. Second layer coming on the legs pretty soon. We got snow right there too. We could probably use that to clean that.
Here goes. Bottoms up. So,
Yeah.
if you took chili and put barbecue sauce in it and put it on a tortilla, that's what it tastes like, because that's what I did.
And it's good.
Yeah.
Score.
That's definitely just chili. It's got chili sauce and everything. It's just missing the meat. There's no meat. That's good.
Score.
Look at that. Okay, guys. That's just warm enough. That's just right. Anyway, the sun is disappearing over there behind the mountains. Climbing up here to the top of our little overlook. Just wanted to give you a beautiful look at this incredible place. Dusk. Absolutely beautiful. If you listen, you can hear the frogs. And it is getting colder. It's probably in the low 50s right now. My guess. You just can't make this up. It's incredibly beautiful. And trust me, that mountain right there, Hayden Peak, is much more impressive to the naked eye. Can't imagine what it would take to climb to the top of that. But even that is not the highest peak in Utah. Looks like Joe's back at camp over there. These campouts, you know, when you've got a partner with you, tend to be a lot more funny, and there's a lot of banter. It can get pretty entertaining and chaotic. But it can also be rejuvenating for your spirit to get out with somebody that you care about, that adds positive richness to your life, and be surrounded by this. It's just amazing out here. I'm going to be spending a lot of time in the Uintas this summer. That is the plan, and that is what's going to happen. A lot. We're not sure if we're going to have a fire. It's kind of up in the air right now. Joe did drive all the way down here from Boise, so it's possible that he's just tired. And it's roughly, even though the sun's kind of right there, it's roughly 8 p.m., 8:30 p.m. So it's not really bedtime yet, but it will be. Wow. I have a weak signal, and I managed to send and receive a couple of texts. Kind of weird to be so far away from civilization and yet find a little tiny pocket at the top of a rock where you can actually send someone a text. So I did, just to see if it would work. My son Murphy answered. I said, test, and he said, I got it. So I'm climbing to the top of these rocks here. It's just a big field, like this was a seabed at one time, you know. Off this way, up in this area, there are a whole bunch of lakes. Plenty of lakes to hike to and get away from people. And one of those lakes is Hayden Lake. Joe and I also camped up at Hayden Lake a couple years ago now. So you have Naomi, and down over the hill from that is Ruth. And then if you hike up this way, you have Hayden Lake, which is right in there at the base of that mountain. And that's where Joe and I camped a couple years ago. That's when I broke my kneecap hiking back to my car. So beautiful. Sunset in the Uintas, my friends. There's so many places to go up here. I can't tell you what this does for a person's spirit. Get away from riots and viruses and Facebook arguments, and everything's so politicized and polarized right now. I just can't. I'm very sensitive to that kind of stuff, and I have hardly even been on Facebook for some time now, except to post maybe a hiking video or like this, just to share it with my friends if they want to see it. I just can't stand to even look at the news. Up here, no riots, no virus, beautiful blue sky, beautiful mountains, thick pine forest, lots and lots of wildlife and quiet, and nobody's pissed off at anybody. If you want to know why I do this, why I'll even come out here all by myself and camp alone in the middle of all this, people say, oh, don't you get scared? Don't you get freaked out? I'm a lot more scared of what goes on in the city than what goes on here. I can't even wear my uniform to work on my way to work anymore because it looks like a police uniform, and people have yelled things and given me dirty looks, and it's dangerous right now. I'm not a police officer, but they could easily mistake me for one. Anyway, I'm not going to go into the political end of all that. I need this. We all need this. We've lost sight of the power of being alone, and the power of, you know, when the virus first hit, everyone was taking care of everybody. It was a horrible, scary thing, but everybody was looking out for everyone. There was all this kindness going around, all this goodness, and people were saying first responders were heroes. The next thing you know, violence, looting, murder, and first responders are the enemy. You know what I care about right now? These beautiful little flowers growing between these rocks. Little variety. Look how they are different, but they live together perfectly. One's purple and little. One's yellow. A little larger. They don't care. They're not fighting because they're different colors or different kinds. And I don't care either. I grew up colorblind. I'm not a racist. I'm not a homophobe. I'm not any of those things. But I also don't feel the need to violently cram my beliefs into someone's face as if that's going to change their mind. Doesn't work, guys. We're actually sneaking up on camp at the moment. Mr. Joe should be right up here. Look how that rock is wedged under that giant boulder. There's Joe. There he is. I just got a text.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
Actually, kind of nice to have just a little bit of.
Yeah. Not that I need it, but.
Yeah. That's all right.
Sunset. Shining on that mountain. Doesn't look like much over where it's going down. It is pretty. But, wow, look how it's hitting those mountains. Isn't that amazing? Selfie.
Oh, selfie. Can I get a picture of you, Steve? Stand up here real quick.
Yeah. Joe was just pointing out that today is the first day of summer. It is June 20th. Tomorrow's June 21st. So whether it's the first day of summer today or tomorrow, it matters not. This is where we were when spring died and became summer.
Yeah. We have witnessed the birth.
We have.
The rebirth of summer.
Yes, and you never forget a birth like that.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's probably going to get cut out.
Probably.
'Cause I don't know what that means.
It's not a. Yeah, I don't know. People get offended if you don't be clear about it.
Yes,
It's not
they
like
do.
a messy birth.
No, I mean no. This is a very clean birth. The sky
Thing.
is blue. There is no. I guess winter's like the afterbirth. I don't know because winter sucks. I don't know.
The rain is. I don't know.
This is going nowhere. I don't know why I'm
Amniotic
even
fluid?
filming this. Amniotic fluid. Yes, let's discuss that, shall we?
That's horrible. Horrible for the
All right.
kids.
It is time to hang the food.
Yeah.
Is that your food? I got this cord. We can hang them both on the same cord.
Okay. I'm gonna modify my deal here. Put these crackers.
He's gonna modify his deal. How exactly do you modify your deal?
Modify my crackers
Oh,
so they'll fit in the food bag.
I see. I see what you're saying.
Depends how much I spill around our tents.
Yeah. It's all right. The mountain lions will eat that instead of us.
Yeah, there we go.
We hope. All right.
And they say that the bears don't come. It's not going down. All right. I'm narrating for Mr. Utah Steve because he's concentrating on getting this rock up this tree so we can get our food bag up. All right. What do we got? Gonna happen the first try? Almost. Came pretty close to your melon.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
Oh.
Okay, third time. Third time's a charm.
No, it's going on. I don't want to know.
Not that. That's me. I'm the king of dad jokes and I never had kids. Here we go.
Oh, well, it went up there.
It went up there. And then it got... Oh, wait. That might work. If you can get it to...
The rock's not heavy.
Shoot. Now it's stuck.
This can put one of us in the head. There, it's coming down. I can feel it. There we go. All right, one more time. This is the last time.
Yeah, okay. This is it. I'm most impressed by your knot, though.
Those are just practice shots. You got to take a few.
Absolutely.
You know, when you're really good at it, you just want to show that you don't want people feeling bad
Yeah, this is true.
that, you know, they can't do it.
Yeah.
But who can?
I understand. Yeah. Oh! Another practice shot.
Oh my gosh.
You really psyched me on that one.
It's right there. I'm not that bad of a shot, honestly.
I believe it. You're an experienced backpacker. I wasn't being sarcastic, by the way.
I just think everything is in.
What does that say about the point in your life? Everything. I don't take anything serious. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm laughing. I'm sorry. The rock just kept going.
The rock took off without the line.
Oh, it's right there.
Okay, I'm gonna throw this way. That's a better. There's actually a gap in the branches there.
Okay, then I'm moving back.
Yeah, good idea.
Okay, and we'll take cover behind this evergreen. He can't see me because I'm standing right here with my camo top.
Oh.
No? Practice number 5. We'll stay warm. Good call though. Gotta be ready.
Keep hitting the same spot. I'm not aiming.
I was doing that last time I went camping. I kept hitting the handle of the axe.
I stood on that.
One of these combinations is gonna get it.
Hey.
Okay. Come on.
Rock won't come down.
It just moved.
Did it?
Yeah, keep doing that. Yep, here we go. Here we go. It's coming. Let's get close up here. Okay. No, whatever you were just doing, flinging it up high with big flings, kind of from front to back, you know.
Oh, it's right.
It's right there, man. No, I get it.
It's just not heavy enough to drop.
Okay.
It needs to be bigger, I think.
Should I get another one? I'm gonna take your camera and go look for something better. Let's see.
You got it over there again, but it just won't.
Yeah. What have we got for Steve? I totally let him down on that one. We need a better rock. What about this? Oh, yeah. Yeah, that thing's a brick. Let's go try that. All right, so you don't want to get hit by this one, but I think it's got the weight.
Yeah.
Hoo-ah. Yeah. Ah. Yeah. Yeah, just toss it asunder because it didn't do the job.
That rock isn't ever gonna see.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is stupid. It's a good thing I'm not using videotape or something. I would have run out by now.
Yeah, okay.
All right.
I'm moving for this one. It landed on top of the branch. You gotta be kidding me.
I'm aiming right there and it keeps going right there every time. I got some of the branch there.
Oh, you're clearing it out. Someone's gonna have a problem with that.
Yep.
Is that gonna be mighty enough?
It's pretty far out on the branch. Oh, that's really pushing. Let's see.
Oh, shoot. There goes the Ritz.
There goes the what?
The Ritz crackers. No, I don't care. You'll get it. Oh yeah, that's better. Yeah, there's the rock. Nice.
That's what editing's for. No.
So let me push up on them while you're at it, just to be safe. Okay. Let me get on this log. That's right.
You're tall enough.
Oh! Oh! Okay, ready? And 1, 2, 3. Okay.
That'll work. Won't it?
Yeah, it'd have to be a pretty big bear, and they don't come up above 9,000, they say, in these mountains. Oh, nice job.
All right.
With a little room just in case this chipmunk wants to go after it. Not that they can't, but.
All right.
Oh, beautiful. With the other rock?
Yeah.
You're a genius, Gump. Nicely done.
I'm a genius, but it took me 20,000 times to do it.
That's all right.
Burn, baby, burn.
My best friend, Utah Steve, has made fire.
I have made fire.
Oh, I did bring a log over though.
You did, right.
Where did it go? Oh, here it is.
This one's a little damp. All right.
Yeah, it looks serious.
So you can tell we decided fire was going to happen. I just felt like it when we came back to camp after hanging bear bag so successfully.
Yeah.
Because that went well. That was super easy.
It was super easy.
Yeah.
Oh, there's our log. My log. Camouflage. That's
keep
gonna go
feeding
good.
it. Yep.
Let's dig in. Actually, maybe do something worthwhile around here.
This isn't worthwhile. You don't appreciate me. You used to care.
You did a good job, Steve.
That's not what you used to say.
That's quite the log.
Thanks. So's that. Oh, so many things I'm gonna have to edit out.
Oh man, we won't have any film left.
Or at least put it at the end with a warning, with a disclosure.
There we go.
Or maybe a whole separate video, depending on how much there is.
Yeah.
I think this will burn good too. Let's lay that across.
There we go.
How's that? Did you blend right in with the rocks at this time of night? It's almost a black and white. Like the fire is brilliant orange.
Oh, yeah.
And you're blending like almost gray and brown in with the, it's crazy. Hey. This wants to burn, like.
I know. But maybe we should put a few smaller ones in there again.
Yeah, just think so. There's plenty on this dead tree here. That is a fire. Beautiful. It's much more impressive in person, trust me. The little glow known as Joe. Oh, that's beautiful.
That'll take.
That is a toasty fire right there.
That'll take.
Nice. Okay guys, I am in my tent. Joe is in his tent. Got my lantern on. Swinging nice and easy. We just kind of hung out by the fire and talked for a while. The fire died down. What time is it? Like 11?
Yeah, 11:30.
11:30, so it's pretty late. We both had a very long day, long before we got here. So I'm just gonna lay here and read for a bit and hopefully sleep well tonight. I'm plenty warm. I don't even have my thermals on. This quilt is pretty toasty. So I guess we'll see you guys in the morning. Good night.